Hey everyone, this is Kirsten with Fox Point Publishing, and apparently I am now live. I am hoping I don't make a complete buffoon out of myself doing this live, but tonight is the eve of my 7th book being released tomorrow. It's called An Unexpected Journey, and I bet it's going to be backwards. Just go with it. Anyway, An Unexpected Journey. There you go. And it's a love letter to my soulmate, but it's also a true story that I'm still currently living, about interdimensional love between two soulmates that spans lifetimes. I know that sounds just like, what? I'm living it. It's interesting, I'll tell you that much. It's fun. It's been a lot of I don't want to say soul searching, but it's been a learning experience, and new surprises and things actually that I've always kind of known, but it's been stitched together for me and such. Oh, hey. Hi, Ashley. I haven't heard or seen from you lately. I hope you're doing well. A fellow author just logged on. So anyway, you would need to check out foxpointpublishing.com, and then actually you'll see Ashley's stuff too, but it's FOXPOINTE publishing.com. But the person I met back on December 6, 2023 in the Sonoran Desert is this gentleman right here. His name is Fred. And I had no idea. Boy, I have had no idea. But I'm again, I apologize. I'm trying my best to come up with, we'll just do it this way. So, it's a 6x9 trim size. It's got 322 pages. It's just shy of 103,000 words. I will say 5 people got their books yesterday. 2 of them told me that they sat down and read all 322 pages in one sitting. Another one told me that she read about 200 some odd pages and then wrapped it up this morning. Everyone loves this book so far, all 3 people. No, other people have enjoyed it too. But I'm going to read you one of the part of one of the forwards that someone wrote. You now have in your hands the story of a love so profound it defies logical explanation, and a connection so deep it spans lifetimes. Regardless of what you believe to be true about the human soul, you owe it to yourself to open your mind and experience what true love really is. And I will tell you, before I met Fred, I was 54 years old, and I was the most cynical, jaded. Hallmark movies, the Hallmark Channel, cards, chocolate, rose-colored glasses, frou-frou. It's what people make money off of. I mean, it was nothing to me. Well, that's changed. This book will point out how we met, our time spent together, and I will point out too that we were only friends because I thought he had a girlfriend. I thought he had a significant other, and I did not want to get into some cheating behind the back routine. I didn't want to get into a throuple situation. I didn't want to get into poly. I'm straight, I'm loyal, I'm monogamous, and if I do not want to deviate from that. That is my MO. So, and he never fessed up to what was going on, and I never knew. And part of the reason why he never fessed up is he didn't want to add more monkey business to it because he was in the process of dying, and he didn't let me know that because, as he's told me now, that my heart wouldn't have handled it very well, and he's right. It would not. We're not going to cry. we're done with that. He passed away March 12th, 2025. I gotta tell you, I'm in a much better spot than what I was in March 12th, 2025. But it goes how we met, our time spent together, a friendship forming. Basically, obviously, we had huge crushes on each other, but never expanded on it because I didn't know what he had going on, and it just one end of the spectrum to the other side of the spectrum is about the best way of putting it. Then he wound up pretty much ghosting me, because he was in the last 3.5, 4 months of his life in this physical realm. Then he died on March 12th, 25. And I have a friend who reached out to me on March 18th, 2025, 6 days after he passed away, and said, "Hey, I have mediumship capabilities. Would you like me to try to connect with him?" I'm like, "Yes, please. Yes, I have questions." And so she told me that she was going to reach out to him like on March 20th or 21st. Well, it turns out that I think she was like cooking dinner or something in the kitchen the night of the March 18th, the day she made the offer to me, and he walked into the kitchen and said, "We got to talk." And so there are 6 connections of Fred and Kim talking in here. As a matter of fact, on April 21st of just, 2 months ago, really. Let's see if you can see this. Fred wrote the last chapter. It's about 2.5 pages long. Yeah. So even though he left the physical plane on March 12th, 2025, I can still see him. I can hear him. I can smell him. He gives great hugs. Yay. He's coming back to me, and I figured out how. He told me that write this book. Well, that's the other thing too. I have another friend named Lisa who directly channeled him on January 14th, 2026, and that's in this book as well. This book covers December 6, 2023 through April 30th, 2026. Yeah. Anyway, so this book was never intended to be. I was journaling because he talked to me and I could see him and I could smell him and he would give me hugs and all that stuff. So, I mean, I was journaling for my own purposes. But on January 14th, he channeled into another friend of mine who also wrote a foreword in here. Her name is Lisa. And, Lisa was in my car and I'm driving. We're driving across the Arizona desert and Fred hops into Lisa and starts talking to me. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, "Write the book." And I'm like, "Well, I'm just journaling for me." He's like, "Write the book." And I said, "Well, I don't want to cheapen our relationship, and slap a price tag on it." And he turns around, looks at me and he goes, "Write the book." Okay, fine. I'll write the book. And so I did. February and March, I wrote it. March and April, it was in editing. April into May, it went into design. And here it is now. I have never put a book out that fast in my life. I also explained to Fred many, many times, you don't push a book, especially a 322-page book, into the market that fast. But his birthday is tomorrow, what would have been his 64th birthday on June 25th, 2026. And I gave him my timeline of writing it and editing and designing and all that other monkey business and having it out by his birthday, which I managed to do. But I will tell you, when there were a couple of times that, you kind of want to be on Facebook or Instagram or you want to watch YouTube or whatever. Well, being that he is energy he can manipulate energy, aka make it very hard for your phone or computer to actually pick up social media. He froze my computers, my electronics, and he froze Lisa's electronics. I don't know if Kim did, but it was interesting. Anyway, it's the first half of the book describes our relationship and how we met and hanging out, and then it points out how when he got back down to the desert in November of 24, without telling me that, I'm sure his doctor was like, hey, wrap up your affairs. You don't have very much longer left. He didn't tell me, and instead decided to ghost me. And I was devastated. I was like, what did I do wrong? I mean, and he wouldn't tell me. And then on March 12th, I woke up and I was hollow. March 12th, 2025, I was hollow. I didn't know what was going on. And then that evening at about 4:35 o'clock, he came on with his very last Facebook Live from the hospital in Yuma. He had COVID that he had contracted from the nursing home that he was supposed to be recuperating in. I will not watch that video again. I've seen it twice. Will not watch it again. I was devastated. I was a sobbing lump of goo out in the desert. And I went out, and from 95 miles away, facing Yuma, I screamed that I loved him. And he heard it. In the first connection with Kim, he said, yeah, I heard her. She whispered, our hearts are connected. This whole thing has just been, I don't know how to explain it, except you just have to read it. That's the best way of explaining it. And I don't know if I already said this, but the best way to encapsulate it, besides this, a love letter to my soulmate, is it's a true story of interdimensional love between two soulmates spanning lifetimes. We have spent lifetimes together, multiple lifetimes prior. He said something to me in the desert back in January of 25 or something, I want to say. Or January of 24, when he was still here. He said he doesn't make promises that he doesn't intend to keep. Well, I've taken him up on this. He has promised me that he's coming back. I have figured out how he's coming back. It's a whole lot of things going on in this book. So, I'm rambling. I know, I'm good at it. So, An Unexpected Journey. You can learn more about it at foxpointpublishing.com. That's FOXPOINTE publishing.com. The E is only there because, we're fancy. And this will be probably the first book that pops up. Just click on the cover. That'll open up the book webpage, and you'll see more about stuff. Oh, and the other thing I was going to tell you too. So, okay. Well, here. Find it here. I've got like our different text conversations in there. The first half of the book is how we met and all that kind of stuff up until the date that he died. And then the rest of it is all here, it's written in diary journaling form of different things of what's happened and things I've realized, and the knocking and the flickering lights and things moving and things missing, and it's been interesting. But in the table of contents, there's a QR code. If you zap that, you'll get into a playlist for this book off my YouTube channel, and there's a lot of videos of Fred, about Fred, all that in there. And again, I thought he was taken, so I didn't take a lot of pictures or video of him, but of the videos that he is in. You can hear him, you can see him, all that kind of stuff. this has been. But this is my 7th book. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of all my books, but this is, just check it out. If anything, just check out the webpage for the book. But you can get it at any bookstore globally. Of course, it's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Target and Walmart and Costco and Books A Million. Anywhere books are sold, you can get this. The ISBNs, all the pricing information and stuff is on that webpage as well. What you see behind me, for those that don't know, I am now 3.5 years into being a full-time nomad. I live in an RV. I got rid of my house because I just could not do another Minnesota winter. Anywho, so I am not carrying stock of any of this. So if you want the book, the buttons on the web pages all say available in bookstores only. I do not have room in here to carry hundreds of books or 20 books. So please, please, please check it out. I'm sorry I'm rambling. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Tomorrow is the official release date of this. You can pre-order on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. They've been doing that for about a month now. My sales reports are going well. Yay. And I'm already working on the 2nd book. And I anticipate meeting Fred again. Fred's soul. There's a whole thing about that too. By the end of this year. And I believe his location is in Phoenix. I have dwindled this down. So, but that'll be in the 2nd book. So, all right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a fabulous evening. Thank you so much. FoxPointPublishing.com, An Unexpected Journey. It's a crazy book. It's great. I love it. And people who like it, people who have read it like it too. But I don't know how to explain it. So you just have to read it. All right, talk to you later. Bye.